This December I'm making a Christmas calendar using vanilla JavaScript and HTML canvas. In each one of these days, I'm gonna procedurally generate a unique Christmassy item because I need icons like these around this time, and good free ones are hard to come by. I also want to easily scale and color them in different ways. I hope you'll follow along and implement your own versions so I can showcase them in a special video on the 24th. You'll practice working with coordinates, basic math, and various JavaScript programming techniques. It's a good project, I think, to learn about code modularity, reusability, and how to write consistent code. Today is day 22 and we're gonna draw an ice skate. Coding with Radu. Let's code now. Okay, 2 items to go, and under half an hour I'm gonna have a meeting, so I have to go a little bit faster coding this ice skate. The way you do it is you go to index.html and you add another function to this array. At the 22nd index, draw skate. This is gonna be a function that we implement in its own file. And we create it by control clicking in VS Code. It's here in the items folder. Now, the function for drawing the skate is going to look like every other one: X, Y, size, and hue. And let's draw that bounding box. I'm going to use these 2 helper variables. And stroke, rect, top, left, size, size. Save, refresh. And this is where that ice skate has to fit. And my plan is to use the sled and combine it with the sock somehow. So let's start with the sled as the bottom part. And I'm gonna go here and say this object is gonna hold its properties. X, I'm just gonna keep it centered. And then the bottom part, I'm going to add here 40% of the size to the bottom, because it has a height as well, and I don't want it to intersect the bottom part. And then the size, and let's just draw and see how it looks like. Probably we're gonna have to play with those values a little bit. But otherwise, it's now here. And let's see this value, 30%. Okay, maybe 35%. I wanted to touch there. Yeah, maybe a little less. But actually, when I draw this sock will have a sleeve there. So I want it to cover this top part here. That means that the sled should be a little bit smaller. I don't want this to touch here, or else you see something coming out of it and it's not nice. So maybe we reduce this size to 90% of the size. Yeah, I think this is fine. And now the sock. So let's go here. Sock in the center, at least to begin with. Size, and then draw the sock with these properties. Again, probably I need to modify these a little bit. I'm also reversing the hue so that we have a 2-color combination there. Yeah, good that we made that sock have a parameter here. So if we set that angle to 0, it should look like that. Let's try. Yes. And now let's move it to the left a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, 25%. Okay, this is quite good, but I still see it there. So I think it should be bigger. Yeah, maybe bigger. So size, increase it by 10%. Yeah, I think it's still coming out a little bit there. And now it's touching that bounding box. So let's move it down just a bit, maybe 5%. Yeah, good. Phew. Looks like I might make that meeting after all, because working with these components here is not that hard.